Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to week 3, episode 3 of The Extra Point.
We're back.
We're back yet again, and we'll keep being back. Hey, but I'm one of your hosts, Charles. It's my boy, Justin.
Yeah.
And just to fill you guys in, so you know what's going on, we're two pastors who love Jesus
so much
and love sports. And we believe sports are a good thing made by a good God for us to enjoy. So that's what we're going to do.
And that's your extra point for the day.
Well, it's a continual extra point. That's what we're going to do. We're going to enjoy sports, not idolize them, but enjoy them in the right perspective.
I can speak for me and Charles. We've had so much fun filming this stuff.
Oh, it's been a blast.
Seriously, it's been such a blast. Just getting to sit here and talk about Jesus and sports, which is just like those dinner conversations that we have.
Nah, it's life-giving for sure.
It is. So once again, I just want to say from the bottom of our hearts, we're really thankful for you guys tuning in. And we just want to encourage you guys. I know we don't want to be those cliche podcasters, but like, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe.
And
like the video.
Share, do all
share
the
it with your friends.
Yeah.
Again, like the vision behind it and the heart behind it is so pure, and we just want to be able like other people to know about this. I know this is something that not necessarily is common in today's podcast sports world. So we really truly believe in this. We feel like God has birthed this on our heart.
Yeah, 100%.
And we're just doing everything we can to see it come to fruition.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Hey, so PJ, pray us in. Let's get rolling.
Let's go. Actually, you pray us in. I prayed us in last week. You pray us in.
Oh, you don't want to pray anymore?
I mean, I love praying, but I want to give you time to shine too, baby.
Let's
pray. Better prayer.
Time to shine. Don't say I'm a better prayer. Let's go. Let's go. Well, Jesus, we love you so much, God. We just want to invite you into this moment. I pray that for both me and Pastor Justin and everyone that's listening right now, God, that we would all open our hearts and minds to you. We want to invite you in and say, God, would you have your way in our lives, God? And we want to thank you for sports as we have this conversation, God, talking about sports. Let us make sure we're doing it through the lens and framework, God, that is a good gift from you for us to enjoy. And so give us the grace to do just that, God, and we just invite you in. Have your way. In your name we pray. Amen.
I want to go ahead and address the elephant in the room.
What's the elephant?
I know everybody's thinking it. They clicked on the video and instantly were like, what is happening?
Oh, here we go.
There's an ongoing investigation right now.
As of the last 30 minutes.
My Panther, what would you call it? Memorabilia, gear, toys, everything that goes on top of this little, what's this thing called?
File cabinet.
File cabinet was stolen. Okay.
Well, it's under investigation.
No, it's stolen. And listen, when I find out who did it, I'm going to give you a big hug, but please give it back, okay? That's all I want.
That's fair.
It is.
It's an ongoing, we'll keep you updated.
So if you're watching this and you know who did it, go ahead and fess up. Love y'all. Let's get on with the episode.
Okay, well, let's get on with the episode. Hey, so we're still in the heat of the second round of the NBA playoffs.
Oh, it's getting spicy.
And man, this has been, I've talked to several people who have said that they think this is one of the better playoffs in recent years.
Oh, I don't think that's even a question.
You think it's, I mean, I would say it is. Like, this has been.
You can't name, I think, a more interesting playoff run probably since like LeBron and Golden State.
And it's where every series right now is competitive.
Yeah.
Like this,
and it's not even that they're competitive. It's, we have, what is Golden State, 7 seed right now? Mm-hmm. Well, they're down 2-1 right now.
2-1, 6 and 7.
We have a 5th seed Pacers team that's up 3-1, 4th seed. 4th seed Cavs team that are up 3-1 on the 1 seed.
Yep. We
have a Knicks team that is what? What seed are the Knicks? 3 seed. That's it's tied. It's 2-1. They're up against the 2 seed. So it's just like, it's super cool to see that. And you don't expect any of these games to go the way they're going right now. We have
it's been exciting.
The 2 MVP front runners
head to head,
Jokic and SGA, who are not playing like they are, right? The story of their series is defense, and it's not their offense. Yep. It's just honestly my favorite thing that I've experienced in such a long time.
It's been a good thing.
It gives me life. It gives me life.
No, it's been super fun, man. I mean, it's been a lot of fun following these playoffs. Fun. And so, I mean, let's open up talking about, let's work through each of these highly competitive series and just kind of, I don't know, give our take. What each team needs to do to get that edge.
Let's go.
We'll kind of talk through it. So let's start with that. We'll stay in the West, but Thunder and Nugs. Ooh. So tied up 2-2. Yeah. Yesterday's game, man, I mean, that was, and so again, we're filming this on Monday, May 12th. So yesterday, we're talking about game 4.
Yeah.
It was in Denver. Mm-hmm. Man, and Nuggets, they had a chance to pull that thing out. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was there. They just couldn't make those shots down the stretch. And again, the score was low. What was it, 87, 92 or something? Yeah, so it wasn't even like nothing got out of hand. The Thunder, they didn't really close the game out especially well. Mm-hmm. Like they were giving the Nuggets opportunities to capitalize and to take the win. Yeah. And the shots just weren't falling. I mean, the amount of free throws that they missed, I think they missed close to 20 free throws.
Yeah.
And so to lose by 5 and miss that many. I mean, you just
it was a bad game overall.
But there's no excuse for that.
No, not at all. But I think the takeaway from this series for me has been like not, and I think going into this we were expecting like a masterclass from SGA and Jokic, like an all-time like matchup right there, essentially for the MVP, right?
Yeah.
But the story of this series, I feel like, has been the role players and coaching, right? It's been like
100%.
Defense and playing your role in this series is really what's won them these games. Like, we haven't had, I know game one, Jokic had a really good game, but ever since then, like, Mark Daigneault of the Thunder they've game planned around stopping him, and I mean he's been shooting below 50%.
I mean, so in these 4 games, he's still averaging over 26 points a game.
That's probably from that game one. He had 40 game one, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's still averaging 26. But to your point, he's shooting from the 3 21%.
Gee, he was almost 50%
from the 3,
I feel like.
And from the field, he's averaging 39%. And so like for him, those are.
Yeah. And do you have SGA stats?
That's pretty poor. Yeah. So SGA, he's averaging 27.5. So it's solid. And from the 3, he's averaging 21. And then from the field, he's averaging 47, which obviously that's
a little bit better than Jokic.
Better.
But I felt like the last 2 games for both of them have been really slumps.
Well, and I think for SGA, it's been more of the and I feel like that's been the theme of these playoffs, has been the fourth quarter crunch time.
Yeah.
Like showing up there. And SGA, I think he had 9 yesterday, but compared to I think the game prior when they lost to Denver, I think he maybe didn't even score in the fourth or something.
No.
I think that was the big story.
And it's cool to see, especially with such a young coach like Mark Daigneault, the Thunder. We finally got his name. Mark Daigneault, that's his name. Like their game plan, like I said, after game one, like I know SGA he had 38 game one or something like that. He had a high scoring game one. And they've all gone down since then. But, like, they're just throwing guys at SGA. Like, doubling him, sending him off of, like, a screen. They're hedging.
Great defense.
Right? And that's what I feel like has changed a lot since the game one. And why their shooting slumps are continuing is because they're starting to throw people at SGA. And people like J-Dub. I know he had a good game 3. But game 4
wasn't great last
had a stinker.
Game. Yeah, well, even the drop-off. Again, SGA is averaging 27.5. But Williams is the next highest with 18.
Yeah.
And like that's a big gap.
It is, man. And I thought going into this that, like, we said it, like I thought Chet was going to have a good series. Chet has been hit or miss. The real, I feel like, bright spot, aside from like SGA, has been Hartenstein.
Hartenstein's been playing great defense.
Great defense.
He's like automatic with his floater.
Yeah.
When he gets in.
Yeah.
He's
left hand and right hand.
He's so high percentage with that thing. He's shooting 50% from the field. But yeah, he's getting
he's playing Jokic
averaging
great.
A double-double.
He's playing Jokic great. And we saw it like even last series with a little bit of Zubac. Just like that big aggressive center is really what seems like to match up against Jokic. Like, obviously, Chet is super skinny and scrawny.
Yeah, he's still got the length.
Yeah. But I feel like aside from that, like last game, the bench players really didn't do anything for the Nuggets. Like Russ, I love Russ, bro. Love him so much, but he had a stinker. I think he was like 2 for 12. Yeah. And like Braun, I'm not sure. I don't think Braun starts, but like anybody coming off that bench, they don't have. I'm realizing they don't have depth. The Nuggets.
No, I mean it's those 6 and.
It's crazy. It is. And I mean, the Thunder have a lot of depth, but the Nuggets don't have depth at all.
But speaking of the Nuggets, though, I mean, we got to give a lot of credit to Aaron Gordon.
He's playing. He's been their best player for sure this year.
He's playing great offense. I've never seen him shoot this great from 3-point.
It's crazy.
I mean, in this series, he's shooting. Where's it at? 54% from the 3. Like that's.
And it's not like on low volume either. He's chucking them up.
Putting them up.
Yeah, he's chucking them.
Yeah, I mean,
he's been the bright spot of that offense.
He's playing great. He's playing aggressive. He's playing big.
Yeah,
he's getting big.
It's cool to see his transformation, bro. Because I feel like when they won the chip, and even like years before that, last year, he's been known for like just playing in that dunker spot and like catching lobs and playing good defense. But he like this offseason, sure. I know they talked about it. I can't remember where I watched it, but like he was shooting like in the 20%, low 30s. Mid 20% from 3. Yeah. So this year he jumped to like 40-something% or something. Yeah, he made a bit. It's crazy. Like the offseason. Like I don't know how that happens. How you just miraculously become a good 3-point shooter.
I don't know. Just practice, I guess.
I don't know. I've seen all the freaking Ben Simmons workout videos in the offseason. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. But anyway, so this was sitting at 2-2. They just finished the 2 games in Denver. So now we're about to go into the 1-1-1-1-1.
Yeah. And Thunder needed that game last night.
Yeah, I know, man. I mean,
they needed that, and they got it.
I feel like the favor is in the Thunder. I think winning that close game in Denver, like that's going to be tough.
That's big.
Like that's a big loss for Denver.
But even like it goes to show, I was super nervous about Thunder going into series, just going up against a super mature team and veteran
picked
team.
Nuggets to win this series.
But like even in a close game in the fourth quarter, I thought like if it's close going into the fourth, especially in Denver,
the Nuggets would have the advantage. Yeah.
The Thunder, they pulled it. That's awesome.
Yeah, they did.
They're
I remember
proving me
even in
wrong.
that stretch, man, in like the last 5 minutes when the Nuggets were coming back. I remember I'm pretty sure. I mean, I was watching the game. I think Jokic missed 2 free throws at one point, like in a row, and you just don't see that from him.
You don't. He's in his head, and that's what I'm trying to say here is like he is unraveled ever since that game 1, and they're throwing coverages at him that I don't know if he's haven't seen before, but like going to the free throw line, taking shots that like he just doesn't miss.
Yeah, it just doesn't look. Even when he is, it just doesn't look right. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if he's forcing.
He's got to change something up, man.
But again, this is the Denver Nuggets, so we can't act like it's over. I think it's still this very well might go to 7. It probably will go to 7,
especially if Jokic figures it out, bro. We're due for a Jokic 40 bomb again, triple double.
He's gonna get one.
Yeah.
And so I mean, this one's really tough to predict. Like,
I mean, originally we said Nuggets in 6.
Yeah.
I think I'm still gonna stand on that prediction, even though I think I'm like 0 for 6 on all my predictions.
Yeah, it's been a little rough.
Shout out the Cavs.
I mean, but I don't really know. Like, it could be Nuggets in 6.
I could see the Thunder also pulling it out in 6.
I have a hard time believing the Thunder are going to lose Game 5.
Yeah.
In Oklahoma. I think they're going to win. But I do think the Nuggets will win Game 6.
So then it goes back to
tie.
OKC
I think it's going to go 7. And I really don't know.
Oh, it's cinema, bro.
I don't know who's going to win that.
This is what I love.
I don't think we're going to get another like 30-point blowout. Like, what was that, Game 3?
Yeah.
Game 2 or 3, whatever that was. I don't think that's going to happen again.
No.
I think that was just an off night.
No, man. No, this is a fun series, man. It really is.
Yeah. And so for you think if you were to name one difference maker that could totally turn the tide for the series, would it be just Jokic getting himself together? And that would.
I think so. And even if it's not even like he's playing like at like 75% of what he's capable of. He's like below 50% of what he's capable of. Yeah. Like he had that 40-point game 1. And ever since then, it's just been low shooting numbers. Yeah. So I would say Jokic for sure, but I know Hartenstein is like a problem. So I don't want to diminish that. Like Hartenstein, he just starts to dominate.
Because that's not going away.
Yeah.
It would have to be more scheming on the Nuggets side, to create better looks.
And Michael Porter Jr., bro. I mean, he is the definition of hot and cold. Like his highs are high when he's hitting, bro. He's absolutely like nothing but net. But when he's missing, bro, he was like 1 for 7 last night. And the game before that, it was bad. Yeah. So, like, he needs to step it up. Yeah. He really does. And I love that.
And I still think, too, Jamal Murray can be doing more, needs to be doing more.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, he had 17 maybe. Mm-hmm. Like, because he can do the 40 pieces, too, easy. Mm-hmm.
And but he's going up against like some
he's got a tough matchup.
Defense, too. Like, Luke Dort, SGA,
Caruso's a menace.
Caruso. Yeah. That's not an easy defense to go up against every night.
It's not. And so I would agree with you. I think, the biggest thing for me, if the Nuggets are going to win, it's going to have to be Jokic and that offense figuring it out for him to get. It's not like he's getting bad looks, but just more complete looks maybe, and him being able to finish. But for OKC, if the guys outside of SGA, if they also just step it up a little bit, I think it'd be really hard for Denver. Mm-hmm. You know, because of Williams and Chet, if these guys start doing more, like what we know they can.
I wouldn't say we expected that, but like we understood that was going to be probably a likely possibility coming into the series, that they would have these games where they're just stinking it up. I didn't expect the Jokic's. I didn't expect the MPJs who won the chip. Like they know what it takes to win the chips. You know, that's what's just confusing me a little bit. But we'll see what happens.
So you're sticking with Nuggets are going to win it?
Yeah, I'm going with my gut.
Because Cade's better than SGA.
Fraudulent. No, I still, I'm sticking with Nuggets in 6.
Okay. I'm going to stick with Nuggets, but I'm going to go to 7 now. Shift that just a little. But still sticking with Nuggets. Mm-hmm. I think they'll take it.
Clip it.
All right, now let's go to the other West series. They play tonight, but Wolves and Warriors.
What a weird series.
Wolves are up 2-1. Man, the Warriors almost won.
What a weird
Saturday?
Series. Yeah.
And that has been it hasn't really been very fun.
It has. I think this has been. I don't think that probably this has been the least interesting series to me. Yeah. Especially with Steph getting.
Of course,
hurt.
with Steph out, it's just
wow.
Yeah, and it's just sad because I don't know, watching it, and especially because the games have been tight. Like if they had Steph.
Remind me what his injury is again.
It's his
thumb or
Oh no, he did hurt his thumb, but during game 1 against the Wolves, right before halftime, he was, I think, driving and he pulled his hammy.
Okay. And they said he was likely to play which game? Game what?
6, I think, is as soon as he can come back.
Yeah. So and that was my friend, shout out Ariel. He messaged me about this, and it actually made a good point. Like, if he is likely to play game 6, if you know that like these are the final games of your season, like why isn't he playing? Even if he's at 50%, like just why are they not playing him? Even
so
if he's
I
at 50%?
do think again. So it's still just 2-1. Let's say the Wolves win tonight, it goes to 3-1. I am sure Steph will be on the court.
I mean, yeah,
that'll eliminate. There's no way he's not gonna.
He should have been on the court last game, bro. Even at 50%, bro. They
because
need
with
him.
how tight it is,
They need him.
Him just being there as a decoy.
They need
him being able to
him.
maybe try to put something
And
up.
yeah, and I mean, I know game 3, they're up 2-1 right now. Excuse me. So game 2,
The Wolves are up 2-1.
Yeah. So Steph got hurt game 1. Game 2, Jimmy put up how many shots? Like, I don't know if we could pull it up. Mason, can you pull up how many shots Jimmy Butler took game 2?
Well, game 2, the Wolves were pretty dominant. Game 2.
Yeah, but my point is, with Steph being out,
yeah,
we've seen Jimmy Butler take over games.
Oh yeah, and game 3, when I think he put up 38.
Yeah,
game 3.
but that's what he needs to do that.
Yeah,
he needs to do that every game, especially if Steph's not playing. He needs to be the one taking every shot.
Yeah,
because like I love Pods, Brandon Przensky, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Przensky.
He's not the guy. Jonathan Kuminga, he's not the guy.
I mean, Buddy Hield is playing better. He's averaging 17 in this series, which is solid.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's solid for Buddy Hield.
Jimmy Butler needs to have those games where he's taking over. He has to. That's their only chance, unless Steph comes back.
I know, man. Yeah, and it's just, I mean, I'm sure Steph will come back early, but that one,
and even the Wolves, they're not even looking like
they're not playing great, man.
No, they're not.
Like, and even against the Lakers, again, remember, like they weren't dominant.
That's
like,
what's
shot
confusing
not
to
great. But they still were executing and were able to, when it counted, make it happen.
Yeah.
Like even last night, like I know Randall, or 2 nights ago, Randall and Ant, they had high scoring games, and again they're carrying the team, Ant and Randall. But nonetheless, they're not doing it in like a dominant, run away with it fashion by any stretch of the imagination. Like they're not shooting great, but they're being consistent. Ant's averaging 26. Randall's averaging 22. Like that's a solid tandem, to get that kind of performance and production.
Ant's shooting from 3?
Ant's shooting 34, and Randall's shooting 15% from 3. I mean, not great.
Yeah,
not great. But your boy Jaden McDaniels, bro, he's shooting 44 from 3. Nas Reed is shooting 50 from 3. Like, yeah, those are solid.
Jaden McDaniels, I don't know what it is, bro, but every year in the playoffs, this man turns. He's nothing through the regular season. he gets into the playoffs, he turns into Kobe, bro.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, that series to me is not interesting.
Yeah, and I think that's the advantage the Wolves have. Like, yeah, they have Ant and Randall, but I just think they're just a stronger
role players
team. Yeah, and it's just even. I think that's the difference maker. Even with their superstars not maybe being as dominant as we know they could be and should be, their team is able to carry it. And I think for them, it's just a matter of time to where let's just assume they win this series and they go on to face the Nuggets or the Thunder. I do think like at some point, Ant and Randall are gonna mainly Ant. It's gonna hit because even if Randall just keeps doing what he's doing and giving you 20 to 25, if Ant's able to turn it on, I mean, it's. Remember he had what was it a 40-point game against the Lakers? Like, and that can start becoming more regular for him.
Yeah.
And I think if that happens, that's really gonna make the Wolves. It's gonna make them dangerous, man.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, they were in the Western Conference Finals last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, because remember that was they were down 3-1 to the Nuggets.
Oh my
all the way back.
The Grim Reaper.
And they won.
Yeah. Grim Reaper's about to take out. No, I guess this doesn't count as him taking out
I don't know
Steph.
if it counts as him taking out Steph. It
counts
as Jimmy Butler. But yeah.
Draymond.
Yeah. But so, yeah, I don't know. I'm just a little sad about that series because obviously you heard my bold prediction was the Warriors were going to go all the way. And so, especially seeing like, it's fair to say if Steph was fully healthy,
who knows?
This would be a total, and so it's just a little sad.
But he's not.
Yeah. We'll pray for you though, Steph. Heal his hammy in Jesus' name.
No, stop being a little wimp and play.
And
you could have played game 2 or game 3. You can't play game 4.
Yeah, he's got to get in
your series is on the line, bro.
Yeah, and again, I think that's really all it comes down to. I mean, for the Warriors to win, Steph's got to get healthy. I just don't know if they have the ammunition to pull it out without Steph.
Nah, they don't.
Unless Buddy puts up 50.
Again, they have nobody who can shoot on that team aside from Steph, the occasional Jimmy, and like Pods. Like Moses Moody is not it.
No. Well, I mean, Buddy again when he's hot.
Buddy. Excuse me. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. Buddy. Not
When Buddy's
Pods
hot,
is
he can.
inconsistent. Like they don't have that go-to person who can get a shot on their team.
No, they don't, man.
Like
They're not built for that.
no, they don't. That's what they need to adjust in the offseason. They need like a go-to person on the bench.
Yeah.
Like Kuminga, I thought he has his moments where he takes strides, but like what was he? He was a top 5 pick, 3rd, 4th overall.
Something like that.
Can't remember. But like I can't remember. They were hesitant to trade him during the trade deadline. Like he was brought up in rumors for like some superstar. I can't remember, but like they opted in on staying on him, and he's proven them kind of wrong right now. So
Yeah, he hasn't really been much of a boost.
step it up, bro.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, the Wolves, they got it. I mean, they can't fall asleep. You know what I mean? Because again, the Warriors, they still got that dog in them. They can still make something happen, but the Wolves stay their course.
I think they're probably finishing off in 5.
They probably will.
And did I say Wolves coming into this? I did.
I think you did.
You said Warriors. I said Wolves.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I get the
That'll
exception.
get me back on track.
I get the injury exception.
No, ain't no injury exception, bro.
100%. There's an injury exception.
You knew the injuries going into the series.
No, let's move on. We're gonna save the best for last. So let's talk about Cavs and Pacers now.
That is the best.
And this, no way. This has been an interesting series. A very interesting series.
A lot of people getting proved wrong.
I mean, those first 2 games by the Pacers were, just unexpected. Totally unexpected.
I mean, is it unexpected?
I called the Pacers winning
You
this.
did call it. Yeah, so that's why I'm confused.
But I'm just saying, in the way it's happened, in the fashion, it's just been interesting.
Yeah,
man.
nobody thought the 1 seed Cavs, who looked dominant all regular season,
who at home
would go down 2-0.
Would go down 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, granted, there was injuries.
Like game 1 made sense, right? Like the Pacers shot great. They closed out. They got the win. Now game 2, all the injuries for the Cavs. I mean, we kind of thought they were gonna, but they played well. They held the lead, and that was just crazy.
Had that game.
That was a crazy closeout.
They had that game.
Was it? They were down 7 with a minute or something?
The Pacers?
Yeah. Something. I mean, that's what they did to the Bucks to close out the series. The Pacers just like that, bro.
So I think now like.
Didn't you? Halliburton, he got voted the most overrated player.
He did.
In the league. What do we think about that now?
Yeah, I mean,
is that still on or?
No, it can't be, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's proven all of these people wrong, including myself. I want to take it like Tyrese. I know you're watching this right now.
Of course he's watching. What else did we do?
I want to take a moment and say I'm sorry. I was not familiar with your game. I wasn't.
That.
I mean, even though they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, this guy is essentially he's an all-star. He was on the Olympic team.
Yeah,
like he's not a fraud. And this team, they are, and I mean, I think it's safe to say. They have been the best team in the playoffs, East and West, so far this year. I don't want to say they're the best team, but they've been playing the best. They've been consistent. Their shooters have been
What's interesting about the Pacers is no one on their team is averaging more than 20 points a game.
How many people do they have in double figures? That's probably a good stat to pull up because I feel like a lot of their guys are scoring.
They got 6.
They have 6? That's good.
6 guys averaging at least 13 points.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just a complete team. And Halliburton, I mean, he's getting you only 7 assists a game. That's not really that great. But they're moving, bro. I mean, Turner has been playing really well.
He has been the X factor.
Like, he's really, I don't think the Cavs were expecting that, but he's been carrying offensively. He's averaging the most. Siakam's getting his. Neesmith's getting his. Halliburton's getting his. Nimhard's getting his. How do you say that guy's name? Benedict Mathurin. He's been getting his too. Like, it's just been.
Did you see that ejection he had last night?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, it was such a weird. He got ejected.
What did he do?
It was a scuffle. I think it was what's his name, DeAndre Hunter or somebody from the Cavs. They got a little scuffle and he pushed him and like Halliburton like pushed him back like with his finger or something. I don't remember. If you go pull it up or something, he got ejected in the first quarter and everybody was like, wild. That is a bogus ejection.
Oh, they still blew him out. So
yeah, but he set the tone. I'm saying he set he is a tone setter. He's like one of those dudes where he's super aggressive and he's not afraid to get in your face and like do what he does.
No, but this team is deep, man. And Obi played great yesterday.
Oh man, he did.
He was
Julius Erving out there.
Yeah, he was playing well. And so the Pacers, man, it's because they had those 2 games, and the Cavs came out in Game 3 in Indiana. And I think we all kind of anticipated that. Like,
they were finally all healthy.
Them having their wake-up moment. And it was, a 22-point win. But for Game 4 to go down the way it did, I wasn't anticipating that at all.
What was their lead at one point?
They were up 44, I think.
Oh, my gosh.
44.
At halftime. They had 30 points at halftime, the Cavs. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was 70 to like 30 something.
That is insane.
I mean, I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either. But I mean, I know in Game 3, the Cavs, they brought out a zone, and the Pacers were not hitting in that zone in Game 3. So they came out in this game. They're running the same zone, the Cavs, and the Pacers were not missing, bro. Yeah. Like, none of them were missing. And it's cool to see, like, Halliburton, I think he only had like 11 and 7 last night. But it's like all of their starters got pulled in like the third quarter. They were playing like G League dudes in the fourth.
Yeah, but like, so for this series, Turner is averaging 57% from 3.
Oof.
Siakam, 45 from 3. Nesmith, 54 from 3. Halliburton, 35 from 3. Nimhart, 50 from 3.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like,
that's insane.
They're shooting incredible.
That's insane. And these are all like, and I was going along with the Denver thing, like when it goes how important depth is in these series. Like the Pacers have, I mean, you just said it, 6 dudes averaging above 13.
Yeah,
and like Nemhard and Nesmith, these are dudes, Mathurin, these are dudes that can come off the bench and create a shot, is what I'm talking about for the Warriors. Dudes that can come off and create shots for themselves, not needing like a...
That's the thing, like Halliburton, that's why I don't think I would say, I'm sure the whole overrated thing is because he doesn't produce monster numbers.
Yeah.
But when you look at his team, the team isn't designed for him to produce master numbers.
Yeah.
Like it's for he is a facilitator. He's moving the ball. He's going to get his, but he's got like you don't need him doing dropping 30, 40 points.
And he averages probably like 20 and 9 or something like that, 20, 10 maybe.
Yeah.
I think majority of like the whole overrated thing is, for one, his game is ugly. Like it's not like a
and he has had goose eggs.
Yeah, but like his game, I know his release is ugly. Like the way he plays is not like a traditional LaMelo, Steph, dudes who just bring the ball up and chuck it. Like he plays more traditional, and I wouldn't say he's like arrogant personality. He's not arrogant at all, but like he has fun on the court. You can see him on the court having fun, and like his celebrations, like what he does. I think that's what gets people going when it regards to like not liking him.
Yeah,
but I mean it's working, bro. That team, Rick Carlisle, bro. The whole team is just functioning at like such a high clip right now. And I mean, this series, I think it's over.
Yeah. No, I mean, them being up 3-1. So I do think game 5 back in Cleveland, I'm sure the Cavs are going to win. I don't think they're going to let themselves get beat at home.
Yeah.
But the Pacers.
It might even be a blowout, to be honest.
I'm sure, against the Pacers.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the Pacers will close out game 6. Though.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure it'll be tight. Again, no, everyone plays better when it's elimination time.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do think the Pacers will take this one in 6.
Yeah.
And if it somehow gets to game 7 in Cleveland, like I still would lean the Pacers side, but obviously that would make it way more interesting.
You saw I think the governor of Cleveland, he made like a post on Twitter like, guys, I know we're down 3-1 right now, but we've done this before. Cleveland in 7 or something like that.
Yeah, but that was a little different.
The last team to do it was the Cavs.
Yeah, but that was with Bron.
That's crazy that it was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
2016. We're getting old, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. The last team to come back 3-1?
The last team to come back 3-1 was the Cavs in the finals.
No, the Wolves did it last year.
No.
Against the Nuggets.
Were they down 3-1?
I could be wrong. Someone fact check me real quick. I could be totally wrong.
I saw a stat that said the last team to come down from 3-1 was Cleveland.
I mean, you could be right. You could be right.
That's why we need our stat guy. Yanko's not here today. Fired. But I think... No, I don't think it'll go 7. I definitely don't think it'll go 7.
I think the Pacers win it in 6.
Yeah, I think.
It was the Denver Nuggets in 2020. They came back from 3-1 against the Jazz.
Oh, wait. So the Wolves were never down 3-1? What am I talking about?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Fact check me, man.
Yeah. It was the Nuggets in 2020?
Yeah. And then before that, it was the Cavs.
Dang. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. But the mayor did say we've been here before.
Yeah, we've been here before.
But being down 3-1 it's
my biggest thing is, bro, like Donovan Mitchell, like he's been showing up, right?
He's averaging 34 points a game.
Yeah. I mean, he had that one game with like 50 or 49 points.
He still lost.
Yeah, I know. Darius Garland, and I know he's hurt, man. It sucks that he's hurt right now, but in order for them to win, they need Darius Garland to at least put up 20. At least, bro.
Averaging 15.
At least 20. You need at least 20 from him and maybe 30 from Donovan or 25 from both. Like
Yeah.
if they're not producing, there's no way the Cavs can.
Strus is playing pretty well for the Cavs.
Yeah, and even like Mobley and what's Jared Allen.
Yeah, Jared Allen.
Like these are two dudes who are known for their defense,
Mm-hmm.
and what's his name? Miles Turner is just.
He's eating.
If I'm the Lakers, bro, he's a free agent this year, Miles Turner.
You go all in on him.
I'm throwing a bag at
That'd be
this
a
guy.
difference maker.
Oh my gosh,
Especially
bro,
a
he'd be
dynamic center
perfect.
like him.
He could protect the rim.
Yeah.
He's a good shot blocker. He can stretch the floor.
Mm-hmm.
He's shooting. You just said about
Yeah.
50% from three.
Yeah,
I mean, he is.
that'd be a big acquisition.
If the Pacers lose him this offseason, they ain't doing nothing next year.
But if they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals again, it'd be hard. Like I'm sure he's gonna want to stay there if they. Get
Yeah,
more
but if like
pieces.
somebody throws a max contract
No,
at
for
him,
sure, for sure.
I don't think Indiana can. I don't think they can afford to keep him.
That's probably fair. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think that's so. Again, so for the Pacers, what they have the winning formula. Just kind of keep doing what they're
Yeah,
doing.
exactly.
Everyone just keeps showing up, playing as a
Exactly.
unit, and I think they'll handle this pretty easy.
Yeah.
But for the Cavs, what is it? Are you saying
It's Garland, bro.
he's got to wake up?
And I know he's hurt, but even then, I don't want to say the series
What's
is
his
a
injury?
wash. I don't know. I think it's his hand or something like
Okay.
that. But I don't want to say the series is a wash, but it's seeming like it's a wash right now. And again, it sucks that like injuries had to ruin this team. And I don't think they need to change anything this offseason, bro. I think they just need to run it back with a healthy team.
Yeah.
Because they were so good in the regular season,
So
man.
dominant.
And I had such high hopes for them.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
they
will
need to
say
change
though,
anything.
and I know some people are whatever about this, but to me, the Cavs are one of those, in the recent era Cavs, the Donovan Mitchell Cavs.
Yeah.
To me, they've kind of proven to be one of those teams that will look great,
Yeah.
but when it comes to the playoffs, because they haven't made it past the semifinals, right?
No, they haven't.
That's what since Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just one of those things where
They're the
you
2012
can't quantify it or qualify. It's just like
They're the 2012
That
Atlanta,
whatever
they're
that
the
it thing
Atlanta
is.
Hawks from the 2012.
yeah, whatever that it is, they just can't get
That
over
Jeff
it.
T Atlanta Hawks where they
They
were
just-
dominant regular season.
They just can't get over it.
but I think
man.
they can. It was just injuries, bro. It really
don't know.
was. It was
I
just
don't know.
injuries.
Maybe you could be right.
Injuries
You could be
killed
right.
them,
But that's kind of where things are at. So we're both
Yeah.
definitely on the Pacers side of things.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's talk about New York, baby.
No New York,
Uh.
no New York.
Jalen Brunson, we're praying for you, man.
I'm not.
Don't do that. We've got to pray for everybody. Scripture commands us. I'm even praying for Tatum.
Oh, you're not. Shut up.
I'm praying that he forgets what a basketball is. But this series, man, this one's been really obviously. This was the nobody. Knicks fans dreamt about it, but no one actually.
You didn't even.
That's what I'm telling you. No one in their right mind would have actually told you, yeah, I think the Knicks will be up 2-0, winning both in Boston. Nobody would have told you that. And if you would have told me, hey, man, in both games, the Celtics will be winning by 20 points in the third quarter, I would have been like, yeah,
GG.
we're down 0-2.
GG.
I mean, historic wins.
Mm-hmm.
Historic wins. What the Knicks were able to do in games 1 and 2 were unbelievable. And of course, everyone's saying, oh, well, the Celtics just shot bad. They're going to find it eventually. And they found it game 3.
did.
So now they're good. They're going to take it.
might
And,
be.
you know, there's some truth to that. But I also do think the way the Knicks defensively came out in games 1 and 2, and even in game 3, it just wasn't as clean. But they came with a strategy on purpose, really intentionally taking away the lane and making them continue to do threes. And they took away a lot of they took away a lot of open shots.
Yeah.
And they played it well. They did well. And so I think, again, I do think the Knicks deserve lots of credit for
sure.
their 2 wins.
They do. They definitely do. And a lot of it is Tatum and all these dudes, they settle so much. I don't think a lot of it, we'll give credit to the Knicks. Yes, they are forcing them to settle for threes. But, like, we're talking about
No, but
Jason
to your
Tatum,
point,
Jaylen Brown, like,
there's been many times where Tatum will get a favorable matchup,
and just settle.
which pretty much is everyone except for OG and
Literally.
Mikal Bridges.
And he
Everyone
just
else
settles,
on the team.
Stat back, fadeaway three-pointer every time.
And but I will say this too, like, I was really watching in game 3, which again, yes, the Knicks lost, and it was bad. We lost by 22, 23. It was all the way, it got as bad as 30. I think 33 was the biggest deficit at one point. Like, it just wasn't.
Ugly.
And again, of course you'll say, of course you'll think that, but again, as a very confident Knicks fan, I went into game 3 really expecting what the Cavs did to the Pacers was going to happen. I was expecting. I was, you know, so it wasn't like, I wasn't like,
Self-aware.
yeah, like I knew that was most likely going to happen. But watching Tatum, he did not really have a good game in game 3 either. Now he started I think 5 for 5 from three.
Yeah.
And that was
the whole as a team. They were
and that was
lights out.
again, to me, that was the difference. Like, but when I'm talking about outside of his 3-point shot, he still heavily struggled mid-range into the cup.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, like it was normal contested. It wasn't like we were on him and playing him well. But bro, he just could not finish stuff.
I mean, and that's the Boston Celtics, man. They will live and they will die on that 3-point. And I don't think if any Celtics fan were looking for them to like, start adjusting after games 1 and 2 after not hitting 3, like that was they did not. And they're not going to.
What I'm
adjust.
saying is that's what, as a Knicks fan, that's what gives me a lot of confidence and hope. Is after seeing us being able to do it games 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I do think the Celtics aren't going to change. If anything, they're going to come in shooting even more threes tonight for Game 4. Yeah. But because we still have been able to consistently take away the inside game, I think the script is flipped now to where it's like, can the Celtics, can they now maintain shooting 40-50% from 3?
Yeah, I mean and to be devil's advocate here, like even when it comes to the Knicks, my biggest fear, and it's becoming more and more of a fear now, especially after last game, is like them relying so much on that 6-man rotation with all of their starters and then like Deuce or Mitch off the bench. So even on the flip side of that is New York going to be able to sustain playing these guys 45, 42 minutes
and that was the
night.
whole thing last season. Because remember, we went up. I think we were up 2-0 against the Pacers last year in the semifinal round. And then that's when we started to get like OG hurt his hammy, Josh Hart hurt his ribs, Brunson hurt his ankle, and it was just a slow fade of just.
And I don't want that to happen because I want so desperately a Knicks and Pacers Eastern Conference Finals.
Come on, man!
Let
America hear that.
I want this so bad.
Yeah,
this is what the NBA world needs.
That's what it's about. I agree.
And even if you're the Pacers, you definitely want to face the Knicks, not the Celtics.
Oh, for sure. Because again, the only way the Celtics win is if they maintain this hot 3-point shooting,
which I think is
possible. I'm not going to act like that's not possible.
possible.
That's what got them to this ship last year. So I'm not going to say that's not possible.
Very possible.
But that is what has to happen for them to win now. And if that does happen, again, you would think that's going to carry them forward past the Pacers and everything.
Yeah.
And so
I hope. I mean, like, bro, Tatum, Brown, figure it out.
No, I feel good about it. I really do feel good.
Get to the hole.
And I will say again, tonight, Monday, May 12th, Game 4. To me, this is the true. People were saying Game 3 was a must-win for the Knicks. I wasn't really about that. Like, I think, of course, that would be going up 3-0, of course. Yeah. But truly, Game 4 to go up 3-1 before we go back to Boston. This is the series. Yeah, and I think the Knicks know that. Yeah, Tom Thibodeau knows that. Right. Brunson, like these guys know that, and I think the Celtics know that. But
So you think the Knicks win tonight?
I do. I mean, I have to.
Yeah.
I got to believe it.
Yeah, you do have to believe it.
You know, but even take away my hope, it's just on paper. I do truly think, like practically speaking, I do think they can win. I don't think the Knicks will blow the Celtics out. I don't think they're gonna. Again, if we're following the Cavs Pacers, I don't think the Knicks are gonna win by 40 tonight. Yeah. I don't see that happening. But I do see it coming down to the wire again. I do see the Celtics, they very well could go up by 15, 20 again tonight. But I do think the Knicks in this one, because a lot of their problem, bro, in Game 3, this is what the Knicks do, man. They grinded out on the road. They come back to MSG, and they played sloppy. We had some, terrible turnovers. Yeah, we were settling for some bad shots. We were just being sloppy, not transitioning well. Yeah, we're giving them some
good shooting.
Yeah, it just was all of that stuff to where those are all things that will be cleaned up for tonight. Like
I hope so.
That stuff's not gonna.
I hope it's not a result of just the fatigue wearing on them.
No, I really don't. I think they're gonna come up tonight and they're gonna start fast, start hot. I think Brunson's gonna first quarter. I bet he's gonna get 10, something like that. He's gonna start hot. Cat's going to start hot because Cat's been having and I said that he's been having a good series. He just has to stay on the floor, stay consistent.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be able to do that.
Our boy Mitch Robb, man.
Bro, Hack-a-Mitch, he's a legend though.
He's a legend, but he needs to stop airballing free throws.
He's got to hit these free throws, man.
Even at least hit the rim.
Bro, someone I saw on
I can hit the rim.
I can't remember what account. But someone posted him, I guess, during the offseason playing just against some normal guys like us. And dude, crossing people up, step back threes, nailing stuff. I bet. He looked like Kevin Durant.
I bet.
It was unbelievable. And it's like, Mitch,
do that in the regular season.
Just hit a free throw.
I mean, that's the Ben Simmons story right there, right? Yeah, we've seen all these videos in the offseason of these dudes.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, but he's been such a difference maker, man, on the offensive glass.
Yeah.
Like that's he gets these great boards, but then he'll just like hand the ball back to the Celtics. Even he does that a lot of the times. But anyway, I feel good about the Knicks. I do. So for the Celtics to take this thing, I don't think they have to win 3 straight. I don't. Like there's a world where they go down 3-1 and they crawl and fight. Like that could totally happen.
Yeah.
But I do think, again, it's right in front of us. They have to stay at least like north of 35-40%. 3-point shooting.
I mean, but do they? Because we saw games 1 and 2, they were up 20 while not shooting 30-40%.
I mean, that's true. That's true. But
So,
then, but that's the thing. But to me, that's the harder ask, because then you're asking them to go against their DNA and their game plan.
I know.
And that's just
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah. I think the Celtics win tonight again, and I think they go back to Boston and win 2 more. I think the Knicks had their run. And it was a good 2 games for you guys.
So they'll go to Boston, they'll come back to New York.
Yeah. So
you're
they'll
saying
finish it in New York. I think they'll win the next 3 games.
You do.
Yeah. Sorry. But I am a Knicks fan.
No, you're not.
And I want the Knicks to win.
Get out of here.
I want the Knicks to win. I hate the 6-man rotation. And I just don't think you can win with that.
Yeah.
I don't think you can win with that. Especially even if you can't win this. If you win this series, you're not winning the next series. That's a fact.
I don't know. I think we'll beat the Pacers.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No way, bro.
Yeah.
No, that 6-man rotation. The Pacers switch on everything. They are too deep for you guys. I mean, even the Celtics are deep too.
It's the same core as last year. That's what I'm saying. And again, before we fell apart, we were handling the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm confident.
Yeah, but this is not the same team. Even though it's the same roster,
I get what you're saying.
They're playing with such swag right now.
I hear you.
Right? They're not missing. Miles Turner is playing like freaking Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, but for
looking like me out there.
But then for the Knicks, okay, what would you say then? For them to, let's say they're able to pull it out. What has to shift for them?
Yeah, I think like they. I mean, I wouldn't want to say. I don't want to base this off of Game 3 because they all shot terribly Game 3.
But I mean, OG was very bad.
And he has been
5 points.
Yeah, and I can't remember either Game 1 or Game 2 where he was not shooting great either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think OG has to shoot good, but it's not like he's not like producing. He's playing great defense.
Great defense.
So it's like I don't want to say you have to do that to win because you're providing what you're not giving on offense on defense. Yeah. I just think it's like you got to trust your bench. You got to trust Campaign. You got to trust Deuce. You got to let these dudes play. You got to give these dudes breathers.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think from what it looks like, Dibs has been giving more breathers than he was last year. Mm-hmm. He has. Like these guys have been getting more bench time than they were before. But anyway, I think you're right. Like it's got to be like Brunson's been playing great.
Yeah, Brunson.
24
you can't
points.
ask for much more from him.
He's doing what he needs to do in the fourth quarter. Like he's being Brunson, hitting awesome shots, and actually like playing okay defense. He's not being like taken advantage
not
of.
A liability
He's drawing his charges.
Sure.
Like he's doing pretty solid. He's doing what we need him to do.
Yeah.
But I still think we need just a little bit more from Cat.
Yeah.
Like again, he's averaging 18 a game. Like we need a little bit more from him. Mm-hmm. And from 3, he's not even doing anything from 3. Like
he's not just shooting them though. That's the thing.
I know, but we need a little bit more from him. But then for sure, like, and Mikal had a better game 3.
Yeah,
remember because in game 2 it was just in the fourth quarter, and he just came alive. He's like, oh yeah, I play basketball, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But like those guys all have to. They all got to rise up and step up, and we can't fall into trying to just chase the Celtics down 3-point shooting. But we got to play our game. Mm-hmm. We play a little bit slower, maximize turnovers and fast breaks. We're so good at that, and just keep winning on the glass.
Yeah,
I think we can get it. Again, I'm confident.
Yeah,
I really am. But like, if we lose tonight,
you're not confident anymore. Get it on tape. We got it on tape last week. Charles saying Celtics in 5. So.
Yeah, you did. I'm glad I was wrong about that.
I bet you are.
Because at the worst, it'll be Celtics in 6.
Yeah, Lakers in 8, baby.
But
Lakers in 8.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see tonight. But it's a big game.
Game 4 tonight.
It's a big game, and MSG is going to be wild.
Ooh, Timothy Chalamet going to be there.
He will be there.
Bad Bunny, my boy.
They'll all be there.
I'll be there.
I wish. And so that'll be
2029.
That'll be good, man. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll have to wait and see what happens.
If we get a Knicks Pacers Eastern Conference Finals, I will say, I can't wait. And
I gotta shout out my guy, Josh
Jay Hart.
Bro, he's been showing up.
Yeah,
He's been playing really well.
Yeah, that we knew
The whole
that. He
series.
always does.
I'm just saying, man. It's just cool to see.
It is cool to see, and like even like
He's
just
getting 7 boards, 3 assists, 15 points a game. Like that's a great line.
yeah, no, that's an amazing line. I think a lot of what the Knicks are doing right now, especially after games 1 and 2, like they obviously are showing that they have much more grit than the Celtics, and nobody's questioning that. They have much more dog in them, but like that's been a lot of their stories, even since the collegiate level, like, especially with the that Villanova team,
so
like
cool.
they were overachievers, right? Like nobody was expecting them to win the national championship.
No.
And like even
Do
going
it
into the
twice.
play, nobody was expecting that roster. I saw something like Colin Cowherd or somebody said like this Villanova team, like when they were, I think it was 2017 or something like that, like has no, or maybe 1 or 2 max NBA players on this roster. And like now, like I think 6 of them are in the league and are actually producing.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see like that overachiever mentality that we have to grind for this mentality is still instilled in them with Mikal and Dante and Jay Hart and Jalen. Like, so it's still cool to see that part of that.
Hopefully
like they're
Dante
still,
comes back.
Oh man, that'd be so fun.
I bet you he will next year.
You think so? Is he a
For
free
sure.
agent?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know, but that trade. So going back, you still are a fan of the Cat for Julius Randle trade.
I mean, in the sense of acquiring Mikal, like we had to deal Randall. Like we couldn't have had.
You couldn't afford him, is what you're saying.
We couldn't afford it. And no, but I'm just saying, even like lineup wise, to rock with like Josh Hart would have had to come off the bench.
Yeah, it would have been Julius Randle, small ball 5.
Yeah, or even just Mitch and Julius Randle be at the 4, OG at the 3, Mikal at the 2, Brunson at the 1. Like that still could have been the line, but I just don't know.
That would have been a deep team though, man, with Jay Hart and Dante off the bench.
See that, but that's the other argument. It would have been a deep team.
And the way Randall's looking these playoffs,
I know,
so
man.
far,
Like it's hard to.
Is it hard? Is it bad to say he's playing? It's not. He's playing better than Cat this series.
Yeah, no, he is,
Yeah.
and I think that's what I even told you, man. Like I'd be totally fine if we trade Cat to try to get some kind of a piece. I mean, that's a dream, but
happening.
honestly, I would be fine with that. Only because, man, and I got one of my really good friends is a Wolves fan, and we were
Really? I've never met anybody who's a Wolves fan.
Oh, really? I know several Wolves fans.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've met several. And he was saying that once the trade happened, and we were just messaging the other night. He was saying like, this is playoff Cat. It's just he just fouls up, misses shots, and just underwhelms, and it's just what he does. And that is what he did in Minnesota.
Yeah,
we saw it from afar, but so now like firsthand, it just always stinks when you see a player who could be so dominant because he has everything he needs.
Yeah, he needs to take more threes.
I mean, he's a beast.
He needs to take more threes. I think he's the best shooting 3, the best big man shooting 3 in the league.
Over Jokic.
Oh, never mind. No, Jokic is better. I think he's the second best.
He's up there, yeah.
3-point shooting big in the league.
Yeah, he's up there.
Oh, maybe, I don't know. Miles Turner, look.
Right now.
He might be.
Right now
third.
he is, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fun stuff, man. Such an interesting playoff series.
Yeah, it is.
I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we're right, man. So we're rocking with the Nugs. Again, if Steph comes back, Warriors, but Wolves.
Yeah, Nugs, Wolves.
Pacers. And of course, I got to say Knicks. Go New York, go.
No.
And you're
Celtics,
saying,
Pacers. And then we have the Wolves, Nuggets.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
We have a
we're pretty
repeat
aligned.
of last year, Wolves, Nuggets.
Yeah.
Down 3-1.
Maybe I'm prophesying because it didn't happen last year. Maybe
I
this
do remember
year.
them being down. I don't know if it was, I don't remember. Maybe it was,
No, I think they were down 2-0.
what if it was 3-0?
No, I think that's what it was. No, it wasn't. I think they were down 2-0. I think the Nuggets, because who were the higher seed last year?
The Nuggets for sure.
I can't remember.
Pretty sure they were the
I'm
second
making
seed
things
last year.
up. I don't know. Were they?
Yeah.
So who was the? But the Wolves were down 2-0. I think they came back.
I don't know. Somebody was down 2-0,
Yeah.
and Anthony Edwards came out of that.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. We don't know. We don't know our history.
We are not balling overs.
Ask us about the Bible. We don't know though. But all right. Well, that's a lot of basketball. That's like all we've been talking about.
Yeah, let's move on, man.
And so we wanna close out with. You want to do the starting 5 thing though?
Yeah, let's do it.
Looking at each conference.
Oh, crap. On the spot.
Yeah.
Explain to them while I think.
Okay. So here's what I'm asking Justin to do. So looking at
And you.
Yeah, I'll go after you. But so we'll start with the East. But from the 4 teams, So Pacers, Cavs, Knicks, and Celtics, kind of creating a starting five. So you can only have one starter from each team, and then you can pick one bench player from a team to kind of fill out your starting five. Makes sense? So one from each team, and then a bench player from any team to fill out your starting five. Starting with the East.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'm struggling right now. So, are we going to go by position, or is it positionless? We can just pick 4 dudes.
Yeah, it just can only be one per team.
Okay. So, like, I don't have to pick. Oh, what
You can pick any point guard.
So, I could pick 2 point guards. One of them play the 2. One of them plays the 1.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a point guard. The other one has to be a shooting guard.
Yeah, you got to do position.
Dang it. I was going to pick Tyrese and Jalen Brunson. That's my dilemma right now is Jalen Brunson and Tyrese.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I feel like Tyrese.
I mean, that's easy for me.
Yeah. No, I'm going to go Jalen. I'm going to go Jalen Brunson at the 1. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to go. Does Jalen Brown play the 2 or the 3?
Jalen Brown plays the 3.
He plays the 3. Dang it. Okay.
Oh, but you know who should be your 2? Let's just do it together.
Who?
Well, then, like, it's Derek.
No, Donovan Mitchell. He's averaging 40 points a game.
He's the 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
That's the Cavs are done. So Knicks are done. Cavs are done.
Yeah, easy. And then we have.
I was going to say, though, that I think Derek White is in the conversation.
Yeah. Above Donovan Mitchell?
Well, I forgot Donovan Mitchell was the 2. Before I knew that, I would say
Derek
White.
White. Yeah, for sure.
But so now you got to pick someone from the Cavs.
So what are the remaining teams?
And the
Cavs, Pacers?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. You picked Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
Celtics and the Pacers. You
Okay,
guys.
at my 3, I'm going to go.
So the 3, it's either Jalen Brown or Nesmith. I mean, that.
Yeah, Jalen Brown. Even though
But
Nesmith's been playing really good.
But then that leaves you with Siakam or Turner.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing.
Well, Turner plays a 5.
Yeah.
So I could pick between either of them.
Yeah, but then you got to think which bench player would you pick
Yeah.
to replace.
Okay. So I'm going to go with.
Actually, this is pretty easy. I think we take Siakam at the 4. And then you either take Zingis or Mitch Robinson.
Zingis starts, doesn't he?
No, because he's been sick. He's been.
Oh, that's a little loophole right there.
I'm just saying that's what it is.
Yeah, I think. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Or I take Turner, move Jalen Brown to the 4.
We can't be moving. Come on.
And I put Peyton Pritchard in at that 2 spot.
Wait, but Mitchell's at the 2.
So Mitchell goes to the 3. This is all positionless basketball. The NBA is positionless nowadays, okay? No one is a real 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5.
Yeah, I mean,
That's hard, though.
Pritchard's
That's tough.
He's a good guy to bring off.
All right, you want to do the West?
Yeah.
So the West we have.
That one's going to be tough, too.
The Nuggets, the Wolves.
Nuggets, Wolves. So start where it's
Warriors.
easy. So Jokic is our center. Just no brainer. Come on. Don't even do it. No brainer.
Hardenstein's been.
No, get out. No brainer.
Jokic, SGA.
Yeah.
That's our 1 and our 5.
Mm-hmm. Answer 2.
Ant's my 2.
Golden State. I mean, take Jimmy
Aaron.
at the 3.
Oh, I can't use Aaron Gordon because he's Jokic.
Yeah. Take Jimmy at the 3.
Is Jimmy a 3 or a 2?
3.
He's a 3. All right, Jimmy. Oh, hold on. Who are the other 2 teams we have left? Warriors.
That's it. Then we need a 4 from the bench.
So we have right now
So we have
SGA, Ant,
Jokic,
Jokic, Jimmy. Yeah.
No 4, and then Jokic.
Yeah. And then off the bench, we need a 4.
You need a 4.
Off the bench.
We don't want Kuminga from the Warriors.
No, we do not want Kuminga.
Oh, bro, wait, hold on. Is
Jalen
Nas Reed?
McDaniels, does he start?
He does start right now.
Dang it. Nas
Is
Reed.
Nas Reed?
Mason's
He's a
saying Nas
center.
Reed.
He's a center, though.
He can play the 4. He's like
But
6'9".
I'm just by the book. He's a
No,
center.
bro. Positionless. He's a sniper.
Hold on,
He's like
who's
me
the-
out there for real.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who else. You said he's
Look like
you out
me
there.
at LA Fitness.
I'm not sure who else. Yeah, it would have to be Nas Reed,
Yeah.
bro. And I think that team would beat the East team.
Oh, for sure.
Like that wouldn't even
SGA
be.
and Jokic
Yeah,
dominate.
that wouldn't even be close.
Yeah. I might even pick Russ as my 6th man.
Well, I think Nas Reed would be a better choice.
I don't think he would. Anyways, let's move on.
I think he would.
I don't think he would.
Oh man,
I
no,
love
that's
Russell
fun.
Westbrook so much.
All right, listen,
I really hope Russ gets. I know this is off topic, but I
That's
hope
okay.
Russ gets a ring this year. He, I think, is my favorite NBA player of all time, aside from Kobe. And I
Russ?
really want him to win a ring. I really do.
I mean,
So
they
I'm
have to-
picking it right now. Nuggets to the chip.
I mean, that would
Nuggets to the chip, and they beat the Pacers
Nuggets and Pacers.
in 4.
No one would have. No one would have predicted that preseason. Nuggets and Pacers.
Or you can predict definitely not the Pacers.
Yeah, Nuggets. Yeah.
But we got to put some respect on their name now going forward, bro.
No, I agree, man. They've been showing out.
We got to put some
They've been
respect.
balling out. You want to do quick NFL?
Let's go.
All right, let's do quick NFL.
Quick.
Because this past week we saw the most recent big trade of George Pickens going to the boys. That was a wet one. Mm-hmm. Pickens going to the boys. And so I've been seeing everywhere, like, rank the best duos. People are acting like the Cowboys are now set up to make a run with Ceedee and Pickens.
Yeah.
And I mean, we don't want to. There's no denying Pickens is talented.
He's all right.
Like he come on, he's better than all right, man. He can high point any ball. Yeah. He's a dog. He plays angry. Like he's a good player for sure. And I do think him and Ceedee, it's gonna create problems. Mm-hmm. Like it's gonna really boost Ceedee's game, I think. Because Pickens, because of his size and the way he plays, it demands safety leverage on that. So like, it's really going to help Ceedee. Like, we don't want to act like that's not.
No, it is definitely the Cowboys are a better team than what they were before.
Yeah,
let's just say that.
Yeah. And I do think for the Steelers, like having DK and Pickens, I could see why you would see Pickens as expended. I feel like DK is like the better Pickens.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean, nowadays like offenses are so. We just saw in the Super Bowl. We saw a couple years ago with like Chase and T, like a lot of the top offenses now have an X and a Y wide receiver who are like alphas.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm just saying they play the same kind of game, like big,
just
physical,
down the stretch.
high point.
Yeah. But I feel like Pickens is. I don't want to say he's definitely a better route runner, but I think he has hands. Either way, I think they could have made it work.
Yeah.
But part of this like forces me to question like Mike Tomlin. Essentially,
what's going on in Pittsburgh?
He just gave up on Pickens, though, right? So it's like, so I'm fearful for. I don't want to say the Cowboys have high expectations for George Pickens, but I am fearful that they are going to set the bar a little bit too high for him. Like, I mean, we've seen it before where he is.
I hear you.
I don't want to say he's like a nutcase, but like he on the field produces, but like just mentally and like his locker room presence. He can be a liability.
Yeah, but you know what, bro? Sometimes going to a place like Dallas with the media hype and
that might be worse for him.
Or it could be healthy for him. I'm just saying he could really live into it.
Yeah,
and it could be a boost to him. Like we don't know.
Yeah,
you know,
we don't.
But I'm thinking like, man, what is Pittsburgh? I don't think. Why would Aaron Rodgers want to go there?
Yeah, no, because they signed Allen Lazard. That's why.
Yeah, but that's just
because they would probably pay him $20 million.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I saw something that said if I'm Aaron Rodgers, forget Pittsburgh, I'm going to New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know, because with Derek Carr, like, sorry, man, praying for you, man. Like that stinks to go down that way. But you got to think with the solid core they have, like Kamara, just a reception machine still out of the backfield, having Olave, having Rashid, and who's other receivers? I can't even think right now.
They have not Jalen Johnson.
Juwan Johnson
still there.
But anyway, it's just
Moreau.
some better pieces.
Yeah.
Because in Pittsburgh, we're talking about because it's Jalen Warren, which he's good. I'm not trying to act like, but I'm just saying if you're comparing, right? Like Pat Fryermuth, DK, like it's just I don't know.
It's uglier.
And then in New Orleans, you got to play in a dome.
That's true.
Talk about his.
I mean, we also saw New Orleans draft Tyler Show, I think his name, from Louisville in the second. So they have him, Spencer Rattler, and I can't remember who else they have. Yeah, he was a little underwhelming.
But I just think that, and again, you look at the division, like which one is easier for him to win? Bro, you go to the New Orleans, bro.
No,
I'm sorry to disrespect Carolina.
You don't.
I'm just saying, like
that's
the division you go into
to win. Yeah.
If he used to go to Pittsburgh, bro.
Did the Saints get Kellen Moore this offseason?
Yeah, he's the head coach.
Yeah, I don't think Kellen Moore would want Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
I think they're heading in a rebuild right now. I think they're accepting it, especially with a lot of their pieces are still young. Aside from Kamara, their pieces are still young. I think they're probably going to head for a rebuild. The Saints, I mean.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, but we brought this up to say.
Yeah.
Top 5 wide receiver duos.
Top 5?
What you got?
Top 5?
Is Pickens and Ceedee in the top 5?
No.
Really?
No. So top 5.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention? Maybe. They might be top 10. I don't know. I mean,
I think it's start at the top.
Okay.
To me, no brainer. Jamar and T. Like it's just not really a conversation.
Yeah.
Anyone that tries to argue that, you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, Jamar and T. That is the top of the top.
I think number 2, Also, I don't think this is a debate. We just saw them win a Super Bowl. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
I would agree. They're close to number one. Like
Very
that's
close.
I don't want to act like that Jamar is miles ahead of that.
No,
but
he's not.
I do still think Jamar and T. But then AJ Brown and Devontae. That's fair number 2.
So now we're getting into
This is where it gets tough.
3 to 5 is like.
Because now
okay.
let's think about the other best receivers. So now we're talking about Amon-Ra. We're talking about Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Right. And so is JJ and Addison, is that number 3? Or Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams? See, I would lean on the JJ side. I think Addison's a more complete receiver than Jameson Williams is. But
I would throw this at you to see where you would place these people. Okay, we still have, I know they're coming off of injury, but Mike Evans and Chris Godwin still, when healthy, are
they're
have
reliable.
to be in the mention.
Yeah, I don't think they're in the.
They have to be in the mention.
I think they're in the conversation, but I don't think at number 3.
I think I would place them above. I love JJ. He's, I think, the best receiver in the NFL.
Stop. You can't say they're above JJ.
I don't think Addison is. I don't even think he cracks top 15, top 20. I think the Bucs have 2 top 15.
He's top 20.
Maybe not. I mean, he didn't really produce last year. I know he was hurt for a little bit of time. Yeah, but he's not like this.
No, I'm not trying to act like he's a beast. But
yeah,
okay,
I don't know. And then also we have Puka and Devontae Adams.
Bro, to me that one,
I mean,
that could
those
easily
are
be
2
number 3.
alpha wide receivers.
I would. To me, that would be number 3.
Right?
I would put them above JJ and.
Yeah, and I would even put Terry McLaurin and Debo.
See that because I don't know what we're getting with Debo.
I think that we're gonna get I hope we get a good version of Debo. But Terry McLaurin's been dominating without
he's
any
been
help
killer.
from
I agree,
receivers.
but Debo and Terry, that's gonna be an awesome combo. But we just don't know what we're getting with Debo, so I'm hesitant to say they're in top 5. That they're kind of in that honorable mention. But for me, those 3 for sure. And then I think I would fill out my top 5.
Top 3. What was the third one again?
Puka and Devontae.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I would fill out 4 and 5 with JJ Addison and then Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
That would be my top 5.
And really with JJ and Amon-Ra carrying those 2.
Yeah.
I would put Godwin and Evans above them.
Both of them?
Yeah, I would put them above both of them.
I think that.
And then I would also put, Ceedee and Pickens are looking nice now that we mentioned this.
You'd put them above JJ and Amon-Ra?
No, I wouldn't put them above. But now I'm looking at like 6, 7 spot. I'd put.
I mean, Ceedee has to be because again, him and himself.
He is a top 3 receiver in the league.
Yeah, so he has to.
I mean, we always have to bring up Tyreek, Jalen Waddle.
Oh, that's another.
When
that's great.
Tua's
when they're healthy, and when they're healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're nasty.
That's a great duo.
We could talk about Ted McMillan and Xavier Leggett.
We're not gonna talk. Come on, bro. The
Neighbors
and
Wandale.
Wandale, they're better than your Panthers duo, bro. Neighbors and himself, that's
Give him
a top,
a year. Give him
that's a top
a year.
10
Give
duo,
him a
bro.
year,
Neighbors
maybe.
is about to explode.
I hope so.
Get him 1 overall in fantasy. Come on, he's gonna explode, bro.
I can't wait till we do fantasy.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I need to because I'm seeing a lot of underdog drafts now for best ball.
Oh, it's
and
coming.
this is getting me in
It's
the
time of the
season,
year.
bro.
It's time of the year.
It's
We
so
will be your
exciting.
fantasy gurus. We seek the Lord for all of our decisions.
Ooh, coming up, maybe a couple
Hey, but
next month.
Let's close this out. What's our extra point for today,
All right, man. Well, going back to the playoffs and even talking about like why this series, just this playoff in general, have been so exciting to me, is I mentioned it a little bit, just like those underdogs, the Pacers, who are like the Knicks, who are like exceeding expectations from what we thought going into the season, going into the series, we thought that they would do. And it brought me to this verse in 1 Corinthians 1:27. And it says, and this is Paul talking here to the Corinthian church, but God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise, and God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. And that just shows right there, just like the kingdom of heaven is how it's so reversed from what we think in our mind. In our mind, in our flesh, we think, the more power that we have, the more influence, the more money we have.
Well,
that's
the worldly way of thinking.
Exactly, right? But and it obviously, what we're seeing right now at the playoffs, right, is we're seeing those underdog teams like the Knicks, the Pacers, who are, not necessarily the prettiest, right? And that just goes to show, like, God will obviously pour out his spirit on anybody, but he uses those people who are the lowly, right? He uses the Paul, the Moses, like those people who aren't necessarily all glitz and glamour. He uses those to further the gospel and exceed the kingdom.
No, that's a great word, bro. Because even in that too, so much power from that is the fact that like the gospel message in itself is a crucified Messiah.
Underdog story.
Right? Yeah. Like it is a crucified Lord who has risen. And the victory doesn't come through conquering and overthrowing and wealth and power, but it comes through submitting to the victory he's already won. It's just, again, upside down.
Yeah.
And that's just, again, that's just the coolest thing because it requires just the humility and faith to receive that. And so I'm all about it, man. Yeah, come on, Knicks.
We don't have to be pretty in the world's eyes, baby. We're pretty in God's eyes.
There we go.
Now.
That's good. That's
Somebody needed to hear that.
Somebody needed to hear that. Yeah. Hey, and listen, like if y'all got prayer requests, come on, we're pastors. Put that in the comments.
Please.
We'll pray for you, for real. We'll pray for you guys. Let us know. We'll pray for your teams, but if it goes against my New York convictions, I won't. But we'll still pray for real life things going on. And if you got questions about the faith, like maybe you're just a sports guy and like you're hearing us talk about Christ and Bible and stuff, and you're you got questions, like, man, we'd love to be a resource to you. Yeah. Kind of help answer anything we can and connect you.
Yeah. Let's go.
One of our camera guys just texted me saying he thinks Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter is a top 3 duo.
Ooh.
Talk about a hot take.
Oh.
Hasn't even seen the field, bro.
Brian Thomas had a great year, though.
He did.
Oh, that's actually an honorable mention for sure.
That's not above Ceedee and George.
Above Malik and...
No. All right, we'll catch y'all next
week. Wrap it up. Hey, like and subscribe. Be a friend. Share this with somebody.
Go New York.
Lakers and 8.
Mystery solved. Justin doesn't know how to open a cabinet.
No, it was locked. Yeah, you try to open it.
I got it.
No, that is not fair. We got to film the episode again. Where are we going? We got to film this again. What the heck? Why would they do that and not tell us?
So I asked them 3 times. Did you check the file?
I did.
Yeah, man.
I did.
Yeah, a little bit.
I might as well keep it in there. This is actually a good spot.
That's a great spot. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm actually pissed now.
Hey
guys, thanks for watching today's episode. We want to remind you guys again, sports are not forever, but Jesus is. We'll see you guys next week.